Around 3 or 4 years ago, we did a video on how to make a proper classified ad to sell your Mustang. While a lot of things in that video are still valid today, being 2022, many things have changed. Today we're going to talk about what it takes to sell your Mustang in today's market. So what has changed between now and 3 years ago? Well, basically the biggest difference is value. Prices of Mustangs are skyrocketing. Fox body Mustangs are going through the roof, but even the newer cars are going way up in value. But even your brand new Mustangs or your ones that are only a couple years old still have a lot more value than they used to. Now, why is that? Well, basically supply and demand. Now, these older cars, obviously, there's tons of them out there. The supply hasn't changed, but overall, the supply of used cars in this country has gone down because there's no new cars being built. Now, you walk into a dealership right now, you're not going to see rows of new Mustangs and rows of new F-150s. All the manufacturers are struggling to produce vehicles. So what does that do? That makes dealers look for used cars. So now all of a sudden the used car values are going through the roof. Now that's mainly your newer cars. Classic Mustangs, people are looking to spend money on them who had them when they were younger and have more disposable income. So the value of your 93 Cobra, your Celine's, your rare Foxes is skyrocketing. But any Fox body, and even some of the SN95s, are starting to inch up in price. Now, if you're looking to sell your Mustang, there's a lot of ways you used to do it. I mean, back in the day, it was park it out front with a sign on it, put it in the newspaper, go with Auto Trader, and then Craigslist kind of took over. Everybody was using Craigslist. And Craigslist is still available. They do charge you to put your car for sale there, but it is still an option. But if you're gonna sell your car, there's basically two places to do it these days, either online or through a dealer. So a few years ago, I would never have suggested selling your car to a dealer, but times have changed. Now you've got a lot of online dealers. If you're looking to sell your Mustang, that's honestly one of the best places to start. Check out Vroom, Carvana, CarMax, any of the online dealers, and also check out your local dealers. It's like I said, these dealers don't have inventory, so they might give you a lot more for your car than you expected. Now, if you're looking to sell to a dealer, I'm talking mainly 2015 and up cars. They're not gonna buy your Fox body, they're not gonna buy your SN95, but if you have a newer car, and again, preferably unmodified car, the dealer may be interested. As far as modified cars go, most dealers don't want those because again, modifications can mean a headache to a dealer and could be a smaller market. They want that stock car that basically has a lot of customers that could be interested in it. Now, the pros of selling to one of these dealers is basically ease of use. You don't have to deal with the general public, which to me is a huge one. You don't have to worry about financing or whatever. They're gonna show up with a check, they're gonna pick up your vehicle, and it's gone out of your life. Now, the negatives to selling to these companies, be careful with the pricing. A lot of times the quotes they give you are good for 24 to 48 hours, and sometimes they don't even reply in that window, and the price change. So once you agree to sell your vehicle to an online dealer, make sure you have the price locked down before you say yes. All right, so if you tried the dealer and that wasn't the right place to sell your car, or you have a modified car or an older car that the dealer wasn't interested in, that means now you're gonna sell it privately. And like I said, the days of sticking your car out on the street or doing an ad in the paper or whatever, those days are gone. Today you're gonna sell it online. And more than likely, that's gonna mean Facebook Marketplace. Now, Facebook Marketplace, one of the huge positives of that is it's a massive audience and a ton of people are gonna see your ad. The negative is it's a massive audience and a lot of people are gonna see your ad. So if you're trying to cash in on your car, take advantage of that aggressive market and get good money out of it, it's going to be very important to do a proper advertisement. So when it comes to making a post online about your car, a proper classified ad, a lot of the things we said in the original video still hold true, but they're even more important now. Especially since, like I said, in this market, you have the opportunity to possibly get more for your car, maybe 20 or 30% more than it was worth just a couple years ago. So a very, very good quality ad is going to make it a lot easier to get that money out of your car. Now, for starters, like we talked about before, grammar is huge. Now, you are selling your car. It's not for sell, it's for sale. Make sure you get stuff like that correctly. Spell things properly. Make sure the grammar is good. It's not hard to read. There's proper punctuation. The people who are going to read your ad and are interested in your car want as much information as possible in that ad. Also, the other thing you need to deal with when you post like that, you're going to have a ton of people who have no interest in your car, but are going to still comment and ask questions and make comments and find things in the background or question your choices or anything else about your car. So again, the more detail you give, the less trolls you have to deal with, which again will be huge, especially when selling a car on Facebook. The other thing, put a price on your car. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, not make offer. Figure out what you want for your car and put a price on it and try to make it an honest price. The market is strong right now. You can get good money for your car, but be realistic. You're not getting $179,000 for your new GT500. You're not going to get 50 grand for your 2013 California Special with 10,000 miles on it. The market is not that great, but the market's good and you can get some decent money for the right car. Also, put the mileage down, especially if it's an older car. Even if it has a new motor, new trans, new everything, still put the mileage on the chassis. Because when the car is sold, you'll need to know that, and people are going to ask. So again, make sure the mileage is there. So again, a good description, proper grammar, make sure you have the price, make sure you have the mileage, and then describe the car correctly. List all the modifications. People say mods don't add value. You know what? Basic ones don't. Springs, exhaust, shifter, not going to add a lot of value. Supercharger, turbo, air ride if you're into that, wheels and tires, high quality wheels and tires, stuff like that can add value to your car. So again, make sure you list those modifications, but don't list the price next to each one. We can all go on CJ's website and see what that air ride costs, see what those wheels cost, see what that hood costs. Don't list all the pricing and expect to get your money out of it. It just doesn't work that way. But again, high quality mods can add value. And also talk about any issues the car has. If it won't go into second when it's cold, list that. There's a good possibility, depending on what your car is, people may travel to see it. Don't waste people's time by making them come there and the first time they drive it won't go in second. You'll be like, oh yeah, it does that. Again, more detail in the ad. And when it comes to detail, one of the best things you can do is pictures and video. Well, everybody has one of these days. These phones take amazing photos and amazing video. Take a ton of pictures inside, outside, under the car, under the hood, and also picture any flaws. If there's a couple spots in the paint that have issues, show them off. And then do a video, and not just a startup video, do a walk around. Video the interior, walk around the outside of the car. Again, the more information you give potential buyers, the better chance of finding a real buyer and not dealing with a ton of people who have no interest and are just trying to waste your time. Like I've said, in just the last couple years, pricing for Mustang has gone crazy. And that's not even just the new ones, the older ones, the classics. The values have definitely gone up across the board. So again, that's where it comes down to making a really good classified ad. The more information you have, the more details you get, the more money you might get for your Mustang.